Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would be really raw and honest with you guys, and for the past couple of weeks I have posted weekly reset vlogs where I've cleaned my house and just reset for the week. And there is another area of my life that I really need to have a reset in, and that is my Christian spiritual life. I have not been doing the things that I need to do and really been struggling with discipline and willpower to do the things that I need to do. I am a Christian and am a big Jesus freak, as some might say. And it feels like in the past couple of months, I have really gone away from the daily disciplines that I need to be in. So I thought I would film a different kind of reset today. And I think I'm going to film today and Sunday. So let me talk about what this video is going to look like. I am not a perfect Christian by any means, and this video is going to be targeted towards not perfect Christians. I struggle a lot actually in the daily disciplines. I can have spiritual conversations. I can do things that make me look Christian, but when it comes down to it, I'm just not a disciplined person. And that is something that I am trying to change in my life this year in more aspects than just this one, but this one's the most important one. And so I thought I would just take a day and do a spiritual Jesus reset. So I have 5 steps that I have made for myself. That's not going to be for everyone, but it's what I made for me. And I'm going to take it day by day, but I'm going to show you today what those steps are going to be that I personally in my personal life am going to try to follow for the next couple of weeks to get back to those daily disciplines and give you guys a glimpse into the struggles that I'm going through. And my word for the week is discipline, if you haven't heard it enough already. So step 1 is going to be about the Bible. I'm going to explain what I hope my Bible routine looks like and get into what I'm reading and things like that. Step 2 is going to be about prayer. I'm going to talk about my prayer life and what I want that to look like and how I want that to be set up. And yeah. Then step 3, which will be filmed on Sunday, is going to be about church. I'm going to talk about the importance of church to me personally and how I have not been treating it as such, and just go into depth on that. Step 4 is going to be about praise and worship. I have a Spotify playlist that I'm going to make that I want to share with you guys and just talk about what does that look like in my life every single day. And then step 5 is my physical body and treating my body like a temple. And I'm going to talk about how I've not been doing that at all and how I plan to do that. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, please stick around and we'll get into this video. So I am in my prayer corner, and this is going to be step 1 of the reset. Step 1 involves reading the Bible. Like I talked about earlier, discipline has to be a main focus when doing this reset, or just in general when you're following Jesus, you have to be disciplined. And that is something that I struggle with greatly. I am not very disciplined at all. Something that I struggle with is reading the Bible. I love reading the Bible. I think it's so interesting. I love talking about it. I love going to Bible study. I think those things are fun, but to just sit every single day and read the Bible is hard for me because I'm not disciplined. So I just struggle with finding the motivation to pick the Bible up. So through this reset, I am going to challenge myself to have a morning routine and an evening routine. And so my morning Bible routine, I have been trying to work my way through the Old Testament for a really long time. I am in 1 Samuel right now, but I haven't been keeping up with it. I think the last time I read in 1 Samuel was definitely the beginning of January. So I'm going to jump back into 1 Samuel and try to get through the Old Testament again and just take it a chapter at a time, because I think I tried to overwhelm myself by reading more than a chapter a day, and it was too much for me. So I'm going to do a chapter a day. I'm also going to, on the YouVersion Bible app, I had a Bible study started for 1 Samuel. That Bible study had me doing multiple chapters a day, which was very overwhelming. And so I'm going to still follow that Bible study, but not put like a date on it or restrictions on it. Just follow it one chapter a day and read the little devotion that it has whenever I'm done with each group of chapters. So that is going to be my morning plan. I'm going to try and see if I can stick to that consistently every single day, at least Monday through Friday whenever I know Zach's not here, because Saturdays and Sundays we have like a little bit of different routine. I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself, so I'm not going to do it like say at 7 a.m., at 8 a.m. Just at some point in my morning I want to sit in this spot and just read one chapter of the Bible. That's it. That's all. If I can just do that every single day, then I can build on that. So that is step one. Part one, there's 2 parts to that. Later on in the day, I will revisit this and talk about my evening Bible routine, because I would really like to set up a morning and an evening routine. Hit the Bible at the beginning of the day and hit some part of the Bible at the end of the day. So right now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read one chapter of 1 Samuel. Let's see where I'm even like left off. I don't even remember where I left off at. Okay, I am in 1 Samuel chapter 10. So I'm going to read that really quick. Probably not really quick. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to study it. And then we can talk about step 2, which will also happen in this spot. Step 2 has to do with prayer. Praying may just be one of the most important things that I do in my day. And there are moments where I'm really good about praying through everything. And there are moments where I turn from God and don't pray as much as I should, or that kind of stuff. So through this reset, I want to focus on praying and being with God. I want to be with God in every single thing that I do. In every situation that I face, whether it's good or bad, I want to be calling on the word of the Lord. If y'all can hear cars, that's because our windows are open, because it's a really nice day outside. And I don't regret that at all. But it does make it a little bit noisy. So, like I said, I'm going to have a morning and an evening routine with my Bible reading. And while also doing that, I'm going to have a morning and evening routine with my prayer routine. In the mornings, I have a prayer board. You can kind of see it here. I posted a TikTok about it, and I can't remember if I put it in another video or not, but in the mornings, I really want to focus on my prayer board, on just praying about my day and hoping that it goes smoothly, and all the things that I'm grateful for, and all of my goals that I'm trying to achieve, and just allowing time for God's goals to come through in that, so that I can be working towards what He wants me working towards. So that is going to be my morning prayer routine. I'm not going to film my prayer, but right now I'm just going to do that myself in my time, and not film it, because that would just feel really not genuine, and I don't want this video to come across not genuine at all, because this is genuinely what I'm going through this week. I'm trying to reset and trying to redevote myself when I've felt a little lost, and I don't want it to come across that I'm just doing this for a video. So I'm gonna go do that, and then we can get into the next step. Good morning, y'all. So I thought I would hop on. It is a Sunday morning and talk about step 5 of this Christian Girl reset. I filmed everything else earlier this week, but it didn't feel right to film this portion without proving to myself that I was gonna do it. So step 5 for me is church. Church is so important, and we forget that sometimes, and basically convince ourselves that we don't need community, and we don't need to be praising and worshiping together, and we don't need to be learning together. And I think that's really false. Also, it's the morning, so if I sound rough, that's why. I truly believe that church is really important, and the church that you surround yourself with is really important. And I personally love my church. So I'm proving to myself today that I am going to go. I found it really easy to not go, or to say that I woke up too late to get ready, or whatever it may be, and watch online or anything like that. And it's just excuses from myself. That's all it is. It's just lack of motivation and excuses. So I want to change that starting this month. I also teach at my church, so it's easy for me to say, well, I already go there once a day anyways, So why should I have to go again for the service when we live 30 minutes away? It's all excuses is what it is. But I really do take my job, I don't get paid for it, but my volunteering seriously. And I really do enjoy prepping the materials and getting everything ready for a Sunday with the kids. And just like, they teach me more than I teach them, it feels like. And being a small group leader for them has just been like so amazing this year. And I hope and pray that we are able to do it again next year, as long as everything works out. But I just love it so much. So I need to get back in that routine. So I thought I'd pop in today and just tell you while I'm getting ready, because that's what I'm about to do. And just, yeah. So I'm gonna go prep my materials for teaching, and then I'll get myself ready, which I probably won't show. Step number 4 in this reset is going to be praise and worship. I find personally that the closer I am to God, the more that my music taste reflects that. And the farther I am from God, my music taste reflects that. So today I thought, in the spirit of reset, I would go through and make a Spotify playlist of all of my favorite Christian music songs, which is probably gonna take me a while. I want it to be like an hour long. So that doesn't have to be like crazy. I just want like an hour long of some of my favorites. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back, and I'm gonna try and figure out a way that I can share that playlist with you guys, hopefully, and then we can worship together. Praise and worship should not be a Sunday exclusive thing, which we treat it as Christians a lot of the time, and it should be a daily thing. And it's really easy to incorporate it into your daily life. You just have to do it. So the number one way that I personally incorporate praise and worship music into my life when I am following a disciplined routine is when I'm cleaning the house. Music is going. It's praise, worship, whatever it is. It's Christian music, and it is playing throughout the house. And that is kind of my time as I'm cleaning to praise and worship the Lord. So yeah, let me demonstrate to you guys how that looks for me in my life. Let me make a playlist, and then we'll get some cleaning done. Okay guys, so I completed the playlist. It's called Cleaning, Praise, and Worship. I will have it linked down below in my description. I'm going to put it on and just drown out the world for a little bit, get some cleaning done, and just praise the Lord. I think most of the songs on here are praise songs. They're not really worship songs, because when I'm cleaning, I want to like feel motivation to do that, and praise songs just give me that motivation, versus worship songs, I feel like I need to like be sitting or like be still when I'm worshiping for some reason. That's just a personal thing. So that's what I'm going to do and model that for you guys, and hopefully this gives you the motivation to do the same. Alright you guys, so I'm back for part 2 of my Bible time. It isn't quite when I would do it normally, but I wanted to film it while the sun is still up and at least shining a little before it goes down and I have awful lighting to film this. So that is why I'm filming this right now, but it's still what I'm going to be doing in my evening routine. In my evening routine, like I talked about, in my morning routine, I want to do my Old Testament studies. But in my evening routine, I want to start looking through a Bible study. I have a couple of Bible studies in my personal collection, but right now, instead of choosing one of those, currently I am reading a Christian-centered book about loss and how to navigate that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, it's Christian based, it has prayers in it, and it has Bible verses. So that is what I'm going to stick to for right now. But once that is done, which that should be done in a couple of days, I will switch to a Bible plan. I will try to update you guys on Instagram on which plan I choose and what I do. I'm hoping to be consistent with everything that I talk about in this video, so I'm hoping that I can use Instagram to hold me accountable. So if you would like to follow me on Instagram, this right here is my information, and I would love to have you follow me and see. I also post polls and questions for one, my everyday life, but two, like videos and things that I do and ask for questions. So if you'd love to follow me there, that would be amazing. I will keep you guys updated on which Bible study plan I choose. But for right now, I'm literally just going through a book. I'll put a picture of the book here. That's what I'm reading, and it's been really good. So that is what I'm hoping for my evening Bible routine. For my evening prayer routine, I want it to be different than my morning prayer routine. So I have this cutesy, it's chunky notepad, and it's really hard to see what it says, but it says a Bible verse a day. And I just thought that I have never used this. I've had this since like 2021, and I've literally used it like 4 times maybe. So I thought I would use this for my nightly prayers because I want to start writing them down. And I got this idea. Have you guys ever seen The Help? Because she like writes down all her prayers. And I always thought that was so cool, but I was like, what if my prayers are so long that I can't write them down? So instead of going into detail writing them down, I'm just going to write down like the basis of what they are. But that's where I got that idea from. So each night I'm going to come to this, and it has a Bible verse that I will read. This one's Bible verse for today is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And each day it's a new Bible verse. So I will have that to look at, and I will be writing them down. Every single night before we go to bed, me and Zach pray together every single night. And we pray for everything in his life, everything in my life. So I don't feel like I need a second time of like in-depth prayer, because that will be the in-depth prayer. But it would be nice to just sit down with God and talk about my individual and joint goals and have them written down somewhere, so that when me and Zach pray about them, we can come back and look at what we've been praying for and see how God has worked in our life. In the comments down below, I would absolutely love it if you could comment and tell me what is something that I can be praying for you about. That is also something that I try to do on my Instagram. I try to post a poll once a week about how I can pray for people. So if you would like to comment down below or message me privately about how I can be praying for you, I would absolutely love to add you to my list. If you guys want to be praying for me, I would love it if you could pray for my motivation and my dedication to these steps and just getting that fire back for God. That would be a great prayer request I would have. I'm going to sit here and write down my prayer requests for the day, and we can get into the next step. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen now, and I thought I would talk about step number 5, which is the nutrition and physical aspect of it. I do not cook ever, not my forte. If you can hear Sadie's tippy tappies, please disregard. She can't sit still today. I do not cook ever, it feels like, and my husband does most of the cooking, but I've been trying in the past couple of weeks to at least do my lunches and my snacks, and then he takes care of breakfast and dinner. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm eating today, because I feel like that's a good example of like what I would eat in a normal day. So for breakfast this morning, Zach made omelets with eggs, obviously, tomato, mushroom, and spinach, which was really, really good. I've also had this week oatmeal, and and we had pancakes one morning with berries. So that's kind of what my breakfast has looked like. And then for lunch, I had chicken noodle soup pretty much every single day, except for one day where I had steak fajita leftovers. And I've been eating snacks like cottage cheese and applesauce, and just easy things that I can grab and go with. And then for dinner, we had steak fajitas one night, like I said. We had salmon and asparagus, and then we had, and then tonight we're having pork tenderloin with probably corn or green beans. So I've been trying to eat better. I have not done that successfully every single day. Like there have been days where I've eaten like a donut or something. So I'm just being honest, but I'm trying to be more disciplined in that area. So that is what I've been doing. For my physical body, that's not nutrition, I have just been trying to get my steps in. I got a pedometer. Let me show you. I got a pedometer and so I've been tracking my steps, and I did it without like trying to get more steps, and I realized that I was only getting like 1,000 steps a day. 1,000. The recommended is like at least 6,000. So I really need to be getting my steps in. Being at home has not been helping with that. So my goal each day is to just get 6,000 on a base. I will say I've hit that once since I started trying to do that. So your girl is struggling in that area. But I want to start, it's starting to get better outside. We're starting to have some nice days outside. And so I am hopeful that I will get to incorporate prayer walks again. I used to do that in last summer. I would just go outside and go for not even like a long walk, just like a 15-minute walk and pray and listen to worship music and just be outside. And it was just like my time to be outside. And I want to start doing that again, but I have to wait for it to be a little bit warmer outside for me to do that because I don't do the cold. So that is my hope, is that I'll be able to go on prayer walks again. But until then, let me show you my inside walking setup. Okay, so the lighting in here is atrocious, which is why I don't film in here. But we're in the guest room right now, and this is where I have my walking treadmill set up. So I've been trying to come in here at least once a day and get some walking in, and this is where if I want to watch YouTube or TV or something like that, I try to do that only in here while I'm walking. So that is what I've been doing to at least try and get my disciplines in. I will link this down below because this has been a lifesaver for me. This walking treadmill has been literally my only form of working out in months. So I will link that down below for you guys. And this standing desk has been a lifesaver as well. So that will be linked down below if you have any interest in incorporating that into your daily life. That's as far as I've gotten. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope that you gained something from this video. I hope that it sparked a fire in you like it sparked a fire in me. I feel great going into the next week. And I really am going to try to implement all of these things in my life regularly and more consistently, and definitely try to be more disciplined like I talked about. I know that this video is kind of all over the place, but I truly enjoyed filming it, and I really feel like it did help me. Sometimes I just film things that I'm working through or going through because it holds me accountable for those things. And I just think it's fun to film things and edit things, so that's why you get videos like this where like this is genuinely what I'm going through. I'm trying to reset my life and trying to start a good routine with it. And I know that some of you are probably going through the same thing of feeling like you're not in a good routine. So I hope that these steps helped you. I hope that if you followed them, that you will let me know in the comments, how's it going for you? What's your biggest struggle? Which step did you falter on the most? Which step are you faltering on the most? Like, just let me know what's going on because I would love to hear from you. I hope that the Lord is blessing you in so many amazing ways this week, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do in your life and in my life in the next week. So with that being said, I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.